People come to Tennessee from all over the world for different reasons. Some just come to enjoy the beauty of our state. Some come here to live. The young man you're about to meet came from Syria and brought some of his culture with him. Rakka, as everyone knows him, is an excellent chef, but he doesn't call his food Syrian food, he just calls it good food. Rob Wiles tends to agree.
When you walk into Cafe Rakka in Hendersonville, the first thing you notice is it smells good, spicy. Riyad Alkem, who everyone calls Rakka, makes certain of that. It's what his grandma, who taught him to cook, would have demanded.
This is part of the culture. This is, if you want to taste our culture, you taste the spices. Literally, you smell it, you taste it. I couldn't find anything here like similar to what we do.
Yeah.
So the challenge was to make like an authentic food. You introduce it in a healthy way, but it has to taste good too. You can't just,
Sure,
yeah.
right.
That was the challenge I faced when I thought every healthy food facing. For me, it was an easy job. I'm not to brag about it, but the kitchen I kind of inherit from my ancestor, from my grandmother, the Russian cook. By design is healthy. The way it is, it's healthy. You don't have to take stuff and substitute anything. If I just cook my grandmother's food, it will be the healthiest thing available. So I decided to do that. I said, well, this is like, I don't even have to try harder. This is something easy.
Rakka has been doing difficult things and making them look easy for a long time. Take, for instance, coming to America from Syria. Rakka left his desert home to go to law school.
I moved from the desert to the city to go to college. I go to law school. In law school, I come across a subject called American government. In the American government, you study the government of the United States. So I study it. And by the time I graduated, I kind of fell in love with that system.
When he graduated, he was scheduled to be a judge, the youngest in the country. But instead of going to assume the bench,
I went to the American Embassy instead. Met the counsel, and I remember it was a very interesting conversation. And the only thing I have in my hand is the paper, my name in it. Like I was one of the youngest judges, and he said, "We'd love to have you in the United States." And that's it, huh? That was it.
which put him on the path that led to the kitchen and Cafe Rakka. Everything is fresh here. There's not a can on the place. Rakka has to work hard to find the flavors he wants, and sometimes he has to ruffle some feathers along the way.
Most of the spices comes from its source. It could be India, could be Guatemala, could be whatever it's available. The best spices available, I buy it. Our meat is fresh, we buy it fresh. Our vegetables, I go myself, my produce, and I hand pick them. I'm extremely particular about the produce. And I had a fight with the guy with the produce company once, and he said, "Why are you a pain in the neck?" I said, "Because my customer deserve the best." That night, him and his wife were eating here, and she said, "We're trying to go to a restaurant." I told him, "Let's go to that guy who just fight with you today, because he told you my customer deserve the best. Let's go there." Because it seems like a good place to go and eat at. We became friends after that.
Good food makes friends of a lot of people. Everything is prepared here, even the cheese. In Rakka's desert homeland, making cheese was expected and necessary.
In the spring, you have abundance of dairy products. So what you do is, you need to go ahead and preserve that. So how you preserve that? Either you dry the yogurt, which is, they have a few products with dry yogurt, and you dry them, and then you use them in the winter, or you make cheese. So that's how the cheese making came about. I'm a 5th generation cheese maker. I know how to make cheese, and I taught my kids how to make cheese. Like, we're not gonna lose that side of the family. And it came from one of my grandmothers who really was an artist of cheese making.
The artist's technique used on all the food here.
We like eggplants, and I cook a lot eggplant dishes. One of them is moussaka, which is different than the Greek moussaka. The Greek moussaka, they have their milk and cheese in it. Our moussaka is vegan. Yeah, so, and again, not because trying to promote the vegan dishes. It's been done this way.
Still, it's a different crowd in Nashville, but even the musicians like Kyle Johns dig the Cafe Rakka.
As a drummer, I can say polyrhythmic. How about that? You know, you get the rhythm of the heat, the sweet, you get the flavor, you get the bass, you get the acidic, and it's all in this big, massive polyrhythm, you know. And as a drummer, it appeals to me on that level.
You know, I'm not sure how much Rakka knows about music, but hey, a compliment about his food is a compliment.
It's just simply healthy, delicious food. Come on, enjoy it. Yes, it is Syrian. It's not any Syrian food either. It's the deep desert of Syria. Really, we are a novelty in our own culture, by the way. I mean, the Syrian people don't know much about it. Let us to come here to the United States.
Under the radar.
Exactly. So we're a small community. We're still, you know, like the South here. When you find a small city in the South and you see people like tight-knit community, and they still have their own heritage, and we are like that. So when I came in here, yes, it wasn't a challenge in a sense, or it was so difficult. It was a challenge with the progress. Like every day I gain a customer, every day I gain one, and then all it took is a word of mouth. In the South, if they love you, that's it, you got it made.
As long as Rakka keeps making his food, I'd say his customers have it made too.